What's up, YouTube? Welcome back, guys. Welcome to my channel, Cannabis in Wonderland. It's your girl, Alice. Today, I'm going full disclosure about how I got in the cannabis arena, why I got in the cannabis arena, and why I chose YouTube. So, first things first, I got a hold to some headband. Uh, Oh, for those who don't smoke or don't really know what my channel is about, I cook and I speak on cannabis. I cook with cannabis while trying to educate as much as I can and share what I know. Back to the headband. Headband. And I'm gonna title this a little bit of do your homework. So, which will have a lot to do with what I'm talking about today. Headband. For those who don't know or don't smoke, let me enlighten you. Headband is Mary Jane, weed, cannabis, marijuana. This particular brand of marijuana headband is a smoker's dream. I'm gonna talk about. Let's go in first with the. Let's expound on this headband. So. Headband, I believe the lineage is, I believe the lineage is Kim Dog, Northern Lights, and Super Skunk. Any of them bosses, Kim Dog, smoke alone. Northern Lights, smoke alone. Super Skunk can stand on its own. But to get these masters in a hybrid, to do their thing in your system is a smoker's paradise. I ain't playing. Ask any smoker that you know about any of those three masters, and they'll let you know. I'm a person, first of all, don't let me get on here and start saying I smoke because I got all these disorders. Nothing against people that need the cannabis for medical reasons. Not one. But I smoke because I like to smoke. I like the way it made me feel. I like to get high. Um, but for YouTube's sake and educational wise, we already spoke on the lineage, right? I want to talk about the flavor profile. I know people like me cannot be all that, but it can. Um, it's like food. It is. It's a food family, so it has a flavor profile. And for this particular type of marijuana, you get some floral notes. You get some piney, minty. To me, pine and mint, I like it. It's a thin line. But I'm gonna stick with piney. Like you get a little Christmas tree type of deal going on, and this would not be a good flavor profile for food, but for marijuana, for some reason, it is okay, Frankie. So it's fuel. You get like a little hint of, like fuel. Even I ain't gonna lie, gas fuel. Like at the pump fuel, you get that. Not like butane or not like that, like real fuel. I, you know what? I would even go with earthy. I really would. I would really go with earthy. It has a very earthy type of profile. So yeah, that would explain the floral and the soil type of smell, and the pine. It really would. It really would. So I like this particular marijuana because I don't suffer from anxiety, but I'm always amped. But I do suffer from insomnia because my system is always wired and always going, and I need to slow it down and relax. And this marijuana helps you do that. It still gives you like heightened state of euphoria, but it still relaxes you. For me anyway. Uh, so do your homework when you're smoking or when you're medicating or however you're intaking cannabis. You always want to do your homework to know what you're smoking and what effects it has. To know the lineage is totally up to you. But for me, I like to know the lineage because I like to know where it came from. Much like people want to know where their food come from, how the animals are treated, and all that kind of shit. So it's the same. It's the same for me. It's the same with marijuana. So since we're going full disclosure, and I did talk about what we about to roll up and smoke. Oh, you can talk. Take this opportunity to go get your own smoke. You can smoke with me. You can smoke with me and listen about my cannabis journey. So since I'm gonna name this a little bit, I think in the title, I don't know if it's gonna be "Do Your Homework" or "My Cannabis Journey," but I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of people that I follow are saying like the cannabis space and how do you get in the cannabis space and you got to know a lot about the cannabis space. Fuck the space. I'm so over the word space. How about the arena? Because the struggle is real. There's a dog fight out here. And if you don't know what you're doing and you want to start with the big dogs, you better get your puppy paws ready. I'm in this boy for thousands of dollars that I did not expect to be in. Well, I did like a couple thousand, yeah. But the price just keeps going up. Because the thing is, you really got to know the rules and the laws in your state and how this product moves. Because you can get lost in the sauce real quick and your dreams can be flushed real quick. I made a lot of, I don't even want to say mistakes. I made a large amount of expensive lessons. And had I known what I know now, I really would have slowed it down. I promise you I would have slowed it down. Because I started, a friend of mine had come down with COPD. And someone had mentioned to her, you don't gotta smoke. If you know somebody that can make brownies, then you can just eat. I can cook. I can make a brownie for sure. So I made her some brownies and it worked. And she enjoyed it and I was hooked then. I'm like, that's a no-brainer. I went to culinary school and I smoke and I like science. For sure, this is what I'm about to do. So immediately I started making brownies. I started making Rice Krispie treats. And in my head, I'm about to be this edible mogul. Skirt to the left. If you don't know the rules, you can't just be getting in this business, making treats and and not knowing dosage and what weed goes with. Let me explain to you something. You can get all that train wreck, super haze, super OG, strawberry cough. All those things are good to smoke. When you're cooking, you don't really want to cook with your, not that you putting BS smoke in your food. You still want to use good smoke and you still want to use potent smoke. But flavorful smokes, unless I'm making ice cream, I really don't use no flavor. No, I don't use like super lemon haze. What I found is, like when I'm getting ready to use that stuff for cooking, the method you have to use to turn this product into butter, bringing it up to the smoking point in the oven, like you can't. People won't tell you this, but from my experience, You don't get the whole impact of the flavors like you do when you're smoking. So if you got some fire that you like want to smell and taste at the back of your throat when you're smoking, you don't really want to bake that. You just don't. You just, I promise you, you don't. So a good one for me is Bruce Banner, because Bruce Banner has no, it's great. It's great for cooking. It has no flavor profile, so it lends itself to many products. Because I find like sometimes when I use like a real heavy product in a chocolate chip cookie, my cookie tastes hard. So I don't know. I still like to taste the flavor, and I do get that like when if I do bake for someone, not for cash, but if I do bake for someone, I want them to still taste the brownies, still taste the. When I tell you, when I started cooking with the marijuana, I lost my mind. Like I was making sweet potato pies, pot pies, all kind. Okay, cakes, ice cream. Like I'm like, this is the life. But not knowing how to dose properly and break it down and all of that, like I was doing a real disservice to the industry. Like I was reckless. I'm not gonna lie, I was reckless. Like, and I don't ever want to get into this cannabis arena and bring it down. I don't want to be the bad look. You know what I'm saying? Like people would say, like what we want to do is get rid of the stigma, and we don't want people to think that weed is bad, and people gonna think what they want to think. Weed ain't never been bad where I come from. When I grew up, my mama smoked, my auntie smoked. They both went to work. They both came home and cooked. We ate, all of us at a table, held hands and prayed. Like I just don't know no bad. Yeah, I mean I ain't gonna say I don't know no bad looks, but bad looks you get bad looks with everything. My auntie, who I adore, I thought she was like a weed supermodel. My auntie was five 5'11", 5'11", a big afro. She smoked and listened to Luther. Like, can't nothing be wrong with that. Smoking and listening to Luther, please, please. So yeah, I just want to say, and I know somebody gonna say that's not true. Part of the stigma is why people smoke. Like some people still want to say like smoking ain't cool, but for some people, smoking is exactly that, cool. It don't make you cool. It enhances your cool. I was already cool. I came from a cool ass lineage of smokers. Okay, so there you have it. So back to doing your homework and knowing dosage and making butters and oils and all that kind of stuff. It is so important. And I came to that conclusion on my own, but doing my own research, like watching all that smoke. Hey guys, I love y'all. Shiver me timbers. And what is it? Black Enterprise. And I love y'all too. Hey, Black Enterprise. I think their whole segment on cannabis is called Green Enterprise. And from that show, do you know I learned that there are African American dispensary owners in my own state that I did not know about. Not that I want to be a dispensary owner, because not everybody needs to be one. The arena is so wide and so open. You don't even just got to be a chef. You don't got to just be a dispensary owner. You don't have to just, it's something like you could be a photographer. You can photograph weed. I love Dope Magazine. I love High Times Magazine. They got a cookbook. I mean, it's just so many things that you could do in the arena of marijuana besides on the dispensary. I started a newsletter, just educating, trying to educate my own people, letting them know that there's other things than just smoking, and exactly what weed does and what an edible is and how to take it. I often tell people that I have over for a small company dinner about just having, I call them the three M's: mood, method, and motive. I spoke about this on my other channels also. You know why you smoking. Set the mood for why you smoking. And know your motive. Like, if you in pain, you want to smoke something different. If you just want to relax and chill out, you might want to smoke something else. You might want to smoke a sativa if you down and you just need to really get into your housework around the house. Um, and if you have time to get high or be on an extended trip, then food might be your vehicle, because in your bloodstream it lasts longer and it takes longer. So, like, if I'm going to be cleaning up for the day, I'm eating. I'm going to eat a sauce. I'm going to drink some Kool-Aid. Like right here, I got, what is this? I want to say grape lemonade that I made with a tincture. I think and we'll get into this another day, but I let my tincture sit and marinate. So they nice and ripe, like a grape, like wine even. So yeah, but anyway, this I'll drink that, and then I'll ease into the high. And I'm like, I can control the high that way. Not everybody can, but going back to doing your homework. When I got into this, I just wasn't like any business. I just wasn't expecting for it to cost so much. Pounds of weed cost a lot of money, and you make a lot of costly mistakes when you don't do your homework. And just trial and error. Even if you do your homework, it's trial and error with any business. But you really, if you can get a chance to, now that I'm like almost 4 years in, first 2 years was like a crapshoot. Like, I'm just out here. I was all outside. I had a stand and everything. I'm like, somebody like, ain't you scared you're gonna go to jail? Jail? Like, you can go to jail? Bitch, yeah, you can go to jail. So, I was just so excited and enthused that I just really just wanted to get it out there, and I just pulled back because I don't want to be the one doing more harm than good. Of course, I taught myself and did the research on dosage. And I learned, like, real quick, I learned for me, even with the dosage, once I knew the potency of my product, even breaking it down into small squares, making making brownies, and then telling people, that I would give them to cut them into fours, and then eat a quarter at a time, eat a square at a time. Even with infused chocolate, make the chocolate bar. When you make the chocolate bar and you make it 6 squares, you want to tell somebody to eat a square at a time, and tell them that it's you know, 2 milligrams per square, 6 milligrams per square. All that shit is important, because what you don't want to do, not that somebody ever dies, but giving somebody the wrong dosage of marijuana turns them off of marijuana, period. And that's not what we supposed to be doing. Not at all. So, that being said, yeah, do your homework and be responsible. Follow a community. Be a part of the community. I just learned from Black Enterprise, and I know you were like, you had to learn that from somebody. Yes, you need to find out in your state what legislation, where they have the meetings, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, do your homework, get it together, get it right. Um, yeah, I didn't. I really just didn't plan. So when that didn't work out, Not that it hasn't worked out while I'm still in the process of learning and trying to find, my own community. Uh, I decided to come on YouTube. Hey y'all. Anyway, this is Cannabis in Wonderland, and it's your girl Alice trying to do my best. So I decided to get on YouTube where I would be out of harm's way while I'm learning. While I'm learning to cook, reading books. I have got a book called Women, Weed, and Business. I'll give y'all the authors of that book. Um, I got all types of cannabis material that I thought would be important. So yeah, that being said, that's a part of my homework. Like I still want to know. Like people are like, you doing too much. You got to know about growing, because eventually I want to know about growing so I can grow my own weed. Because right now, while I love my farmers, I really do. Bless y'all heart. Thank you. They teach me a lot when I go, when I go see them and see their processes. But see, I'm able to do that. I'm able to go to my grower and see how they treat my product. And if I like what they're doing, and if I like the facility or whatever, or wherever they're growing at, that's important to me. That you're not growing in your moldy ass basement. Hmm. Nothing against my basement cultivators. I'm just saying, sanitary. It means a lot. So, yeah, get to know your growers. If, and if you grow your own stuff, bless your heart. I mean, because that's a whole nother beast, ain't it? Growing. Whew. First of all, I got to read. I got to learn first before I start growing. I'm terrible with plants. So I don't really have a green thumb, but I'm going to get one. Because weed is terribly expensive. Oh my God. It's so expensive, y'all. I can't even, there are no words. It might not seem like it if you buy an eighth, you buying a quarter. When you get in ounces and ounces, pounds, sit your ass down. Okay? You don't have time. You better know what you're doing and do what you know. I promise. You don't know what you're doing? First of all, if you don't know what you're doing, somebody can sell you anything. So do your homework. And homework ain't just weed, smoke. If you really get into the business, people, no, everybody don't smoke and everybody don't. If you put your hands on the product and you're going to be in front of other people telling them what this weed does, me, myself, I want to know how you know if you don't smoke. Because Craig and them told you what to do? No, that ain't going to work for me. So, and I don't even know how that go. Like, do bud tenders actually smoke? I used to want that job. I still might get that job. But anyway, just for the experience of knowing what it is exactly that they need to know. And what that, because I looked that up one time, like, what does a bud tender do? How do they know? Is it bud tender school? I don't know. But, yeah. Be your own bud tender before you start going somewhere and letting somebody tell you what weed do and what's the best weed, and if it makes you sleepy and if it stops your arm from hurting. You better believe I'm gonna know. If I got tired, if I got happy, if it made me sad, if I got stuck, I've been stuck. Look, y'all, I'm a side note. So I used to hear people, everybody used to be like, oh man, I was so stuck. I'm like, what kind of weed they smoking? Well, they can't move until I couldn't fucking move. Oh, I couldn't believe that. I was like, this This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Like I had a personal chef for someone, and cause that sometimes that's what I do, because I mean it's you can't be fucking around in this industry, okay? Like you just can't be all out here willy nilly. So some people do it in the privacy of their own homes, which is legal. So I took my show on the road, and I still do. Uh, I did, like I said, I did a private party dosing properly and knowing my crowd. Like you gotta know your crowd. And I had some very mature, very advanced smokers. And at the end of the meal, it was like a 5 course meal. I did a, I did an appetizer. I did a main course. I did a dessert, and I didn't do a drink because I didn't want to overdo it, you know. But what I did was enough. Like so, we all sat down, and at the end of the meal, we all were watching TV, and nobody had got up to go to the bathroom. And I noticed, like every time I tried to get up to go to the bathroom, my legs wouldn't move. Like I didn't want to say nothing, but then somebody else was like, "Am I the only one that can't get up?" Oh, I felt so bad. Like we was like that for like I promise you. I'm not gonna even say, but it was over 2 hours. It was we were stuck for over 2 hours. So once everybody had came down or whatever, while we all was like, man, we was high as hell, man. I ain't never been that high. And so I would ask the people, I was like, yeah, but would you do it again? Everybody was like, hell yeah. So, you know, I finally got to experience what stuck was, long story short. Then again, like that's what I'm saying, like you gotta know what you're dealing with. Like, so with the food I did use some oils, not just butter. Um, yeah, I didn't, and I used sauces. I used oil. I used olive oil because I made a salad dressing, and I used butter because I made lasagna, but I made a bechamel sauce. So yeah, I had butter in that, and then I had made a lemon meringue cake. So I had butter in the meringue and the cream cheese icing. Like it was just the meal was beautiful, y'all, but it was a lot to take in. It was like I was just glad that I did my homework, and a lot of it I did there in their presence, so they wouldn't think that they were high off of something else because we was like really, really high. So yeah, but it was an overall good experience, and yeah. So I don't even know if I told y'all. So here's the thing: I went to culinary school, which is very expensive, right? Super expensive. Um, by the time I graduated, we everybody in my class thought we was gonna be on the Food Network. But at the end, I was like, no, because after all of this, you gotta own your own shit. Like, if you want to be seen or you want to do your own thing, you're gonna wind up having to have your own restaurant, your own catering service. There were a few people saying that they were gonna have their own catering service too. But then I wasn't cooking, or I got out and I wasn't cooking. So the cannabis industry was starting to merge into the cooking, and I was like, this is fucking genius. So I went back to cooking, and I started gaining my passion back for the cooking, and just started combining the two. So here I am on YouTube. I know y'all like, when you gonna cook some? I'm gonna cook it tomorrow. I'm gonna make some pasta. I think I don't know if I want to do a red pasta or if I want to combine my pasta with either a little bit of bechamel with my red sauce, or maybe I'll make a alcohol, like a vodka sauce, like a vodka pasta sauce. I can also use my can of olive oil and make hmm, I'm not really sure. Whatever I do, I'm gonna finally put it on YouTube. Y'all know y'all like, she always talking about weed and cooking weed. She ain't never smoking weed. Because I need y'all to know that the struggle is real. That's why. And if you're thinking about going on YouTube, right, which I really hope you are, just be ready. Like, I was so unprepared. I had to get a whole new computer system. They say I need a better phone. I need another ring light. I had to get speakers. I had to buy an extra microphone. All these things I didn't take into account because I didn't do my own homework. Because you know what people tell me? All you need is a phone and a ring light. So, not true. It takes more than a phone and a damn ring light. Yeah. And you need money. And if you cooking, like if I bake a cake, I gotta bake that boy twice. I gotta make it once without no cannabis, just so that I know that the texture is right and all the ingredients is right. And then I gotta turn around and make it again. I'm not complaining. What I'm saying is, it takes money and it takes knowledge. So if you think you're just gonna jump on YouTube and jump into the arena and boom, you're gonna be a star. If you are, congratulations. But as for me, it has been a journey, and it's still a journey that I'm willing to share, is all. I just want to share. Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with sharing. Sharing is caring, right? And I really want to get on here. Hey, do y'all watch I Am Athlete? I mean, it's real informative, right? But dig this. Mm. Brandon Marshall, Fred Taylor, Ocho Cinco. I ain't forget about you, Channing. I ain't forget about you, Channing. Not at all.